Hey fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor live on SIFTD.net. If you are a SIFTD subscriber through Patreon or if you are a subscriber through YouTube, thanks very much. We appreciate the patronage. That's keeping us in enough chips that Shane can afford gas to come out here because I never leave. I'm stuck in this desk at this desk forever. If you are doing either of those or if you're not, please try to remember to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. There are instructions on how to do that in the show description below. It's really easy to do. You have to redo that every month. So if you haven't done it in the last several weeks, please do relink them. Shane gets paid every month from Amazon. It costs you absolutely nothing. It's a freebie. Why would you let a freebie go to waste? Take advantage of Amazon, stick it to them, make them pay Shane $250. They will do so. From both two guys, Sandeep Lund and Deus Zero, they both asked kind of the same sort of question, so we kind of put them together. What are your final predictions? I don't have final predictions. I'll have final predictions when it's over. For Nintendo Switch 2, before its unveiling on April 2nd, what will it cost? Will it be priced differently in different regions due to the Trump tariffs? Go figure. What will be its release date? Do you expect big third-party support out of the gate? Reports are suggesting Nintendo just sent out development kits to third-party studios. Okay. I would say... Let me kind of do this in out of order. $350. It's possible it'll be $399. I think that's a reasonable price. I would be shocked if it has a 4-handle. So I would say $349 to $399. The component costs are going to be relatively high. Nintendo's probably not going to make very much money at launch. I think they have an aversion to charging more than $400. I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, then it's $449. I don't think they go $499. It's a handheld, so I think that's asking a lot for them to, kind of get you to part with your hard-earned money. We can argue about inflation. The most important thing is that the yen is super weak against the U.S. dollar. So in the U.S., 400 now is about the equivalent of 500 back when the Switch 1 launched for the Japanese. The launch date, I'm seeing reports that say June. The most important thing is that the debut on April 2nd and the hands-on in New York on April 3rd, those are production units. So they're not putting prototypes in people's hands. They're actually taking units off the assembly line. The last of those is around mid-May. So odds are they don't launch until after the last of those. So I would say sometime by the last week in May through the first week or second in June it launches. I think it'd be great if it launched kind of during the Summer Games Fest. That'd be fun, and I think Nintendo could actually make a big deal out of that. That'd really be fun. The Nintendo store in San Francisco, I want to say it's opening May 15th. That's another indicator that maybe that's the launch date. That might be a fun thing. Open the Nintendo store in San Francisco and have Switch units there. So somewhere between May 15th and June 15th. I don't think earlier than May 15th is possible. I would really be surprised if it was later than June 15th. So let's go with May 15th at $349. Different prices in different regions. Yes, they make more money in the U.S. than they do anywhere else. They make more money in Europe than they do in Japan, because of the way that translation works between the dollar and the yen, or the euro and the yen. So normally they ship about 40% of all their production to the US, about 40% to Europe, about 20% to Japan, and then they backfill Latin America and other places, Middle East, North Africa, typically 6-7 months later. This time I think US probably gets 50%. Europe probably gets 35-ish, and Japan gets 15. I think that they'll probably starve Japan and Europe because they make so much more money in the U.S. Trump's tariffs. Look, I'm going to just call him out. I don't think he has the balls to actually let any of these tariffs take effect. I think he just keeps making noise. If they do take effect, he's going to realize he's forcing the country into a recession. This has nothing to do with Nintendo. This is overall. When prices go up, that's inflationary. When we have inflation, we tend to have recessions because people don't spend as much money because they freak out. And if we have a Trump session, and I'm calling it that, he's going to change his mind in a heartbeat. So he'll back off of his tariffs instantly. He will say he's blocked the flow of fentanyl from Canada so he can lift all tariffs, and that's great. There literally was a third of an ounce of fentanyl that came in 2024 from Canada. So he'll run a victory lap. He'll say it was effective. They'll go away, and there won't be tariffs on Nintendo. My guess is that the value add in China is no more than $100. No way. So do you put 25% tariff on $100 and charge 25 more, or do you put it on the whole $400? I don't know. That's the problem with Trump's tariffs. He's just writing executive orders. Nobody has any clue what he's talking about. Now, I say this for Nintendo. Trump doesn't care about Nintendo. It doesn't matter what they say. You know who he cares about? Apple. If it's a 25% tariff on a $1,000 device, problem. So again, we need Trump to explain it. If he tries putting tariffs on the retail price of everything, the price will go up by 35. That's what's going to happen. Tell me how long it takes to set up an assembly plant that could put iPhones together in Wisconsin. And the answer is, it ain't happening this year. It will take till the end of the Trump presidency before that's done. And so, again, his idea, let's drive jobs back to the U.S., it sounds really great. I'm sorry to give you guys this long lecture on tariffs, but this is actually important. The reason we have a trade deficit with China is they make cheaper than we can make it here, right? So you buy your mouse, you buy your coaster, and you have this stuff made in China. It's inexpensive to manufacture. Why do we buy it? Because we Americans can consume more stuff. Our dollar goes further. We enjoy the fruits of someone else's labor. So what do we have left here? Stuff we make better than everybody else. Knowledge workers, me talking to you. Can't outsource that to China because you're not going to get a guy that you want to watch telling you what's going on from China. Not going to happen. So, there's a reason for this, and the benefit is go to Walmart, go to Costco, and look at what's on the shelves. Your dollar goes a lot further. If you start bringing everything back to the U.S., it's much, much more expensive. So the Trump tariffs, dumb idea from a dumb man, and they're not going into effect. If they do, they'll be out of effect. Give it less than a month. Yes, that'll drive up the cost of a Switch if we have tariffs, and my guess is by $30 to $50 because they're not going to have that much attributed to China. Nintendo has already told me that they have manufactured in Vietnam in the past and that they could shift production to Vietnam if there are tariffs on China. But with Trump, he'll have tariffs on Vietnam the next week. So again, tariffs should be implemented so that businesses can plan appropriately, can make intelligent, thoughtful, informed decisions. And when you have a president who comes up with a new tariff every day, it just makes it impossible to do anything. Last part of this question, do I expect big third-party support out of the gate? I don't know the answer on when the devs got their dev kits. I can tell you that I got a really interesting cryptic comment from my good friend Johnny Vignacchi, who is third-party publisher relations at Nintendo. And the cryptic comment was, "You're going to be really proud of me this next year." Now, he didn't say, "You're going to be really proud of me on April 2nd or April 3rd. But I would imagine you're going to get some Japanese support. But those kinds of games there will be one or two of those at launch. There's absolutely going to be Mario Kart 9. We got a couple of announcements today for the Switch, but more likely than not, anything coming out on the Switch is going to come out on the Switch too as well. There's no reason why Nintendo would have a title that only is backward compatible. Like, I don't see that. But yes, the way Johnny said, I'll be proud of him. I mean, I didn't ask him why because I didn't want to put him on the spot. But I truly think we're going to get decent third-party support. Does that mean we get old gen titles? Probably. But I'll bet we get some interesting stuff. And I would think it would be cool if you just get like basic stuff like NBA 2K, EA Sports Football Club, Madden. You're going to get the stuff that you've been getting, But I'm certain there's something new there because the way Johnny said, I'll be proud of him. But yeah, I do think you're going to get decent support. I don't know that it matters because, again, a third-party title that's available on the Switch and available on Game Pass and available on PlayStation, you really need to buy a Switch to play the third-party title. And you're still going to buy an Xbox to play Microsoft first party. You're going to buy a PlayStation to play Sony first party. The experience for the bigger, newer games like GTA isn't going to be on the Switch. You're going to have a PlayStation or an Xbox. So I don't really think most people care that much. But it's nice if your only device is Switch to be able to play some of those games too. So yes, I do think you'll get it. You might be right on dev kits. It might take another year or so, but I think it's going to happen. We are really happy with all of our Patreon patrons. We are thankful for all of our YouTube subscribers. We are thankful to all of you out there who remembered to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. If you haven't done it in a month, please do it again. Look at the instructions on how to do so in the show description below. And if you are able to get that done, Shane gets paid, Amazon pays him. You've already paid for it. It costs you absolutely nothing. It's a freebie. Take advantage of free stuff, because free stuff, the best stuff in life, is free. So anything they give you for free, take advantage. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor Live, my fellow babies. I will see you guys next week.